Hey, so first things first is how you make a collar of a suit jacket, and also how you make the suit jacket firm. So the first part of the bodice is already done. So the next part is I'm going to attach this canvas on here. So this is how you're going to do it. This is how you attach it, so that when you turn it, it becomes fun. It becomes firm. Uh, this is how you do it. So at the end of it all, this is how the leopard will look like on both sides. So this is the first processes. So yeah. So notice how I've done this part. This how the bodies, the front bodies is. This is 2 inches. Then there's a curve, then there's a straight line, you understand? So when it turns, this curve is usually there. Okay, so when we are almost done, we will snip this part and snip that part, so that once we attach the inner lining on this side, that part that we will snip will remain on top, so that when we attach the collar, we can tuck it in. So yeah, it's just like how we usually do the pockets. So so this is how you do it. This is how you attach that canvas. All you have to do is take the needle into the canvas, and then you pull a string. See, you pull a string into the main fabric, so it will not show through this side. Okay, so once you're done with it, it does not show to the back. You see, still remains the same. So you're not taking the needle through. No, no, no. So I'll show you one easy stitch that I always use when doing this. It's easy. You just put this through there, then you take it up, pull the thread, and good. See, take it through there. It's just like going through one on the other. At the end of it, it forms a beautiful V. Okay, so this is how you do the X. First, you need one stripe. Once you have that one stripe, that's a beginner. You take your needle back to the opposite side, okay, not the side where you're stitching towards. Then once you take it through, see, it's already formed an X. Okay, you understand? This is how you make your first stripe like that. Once you make your first stripe like that, then you pull the string. That's your first stripe. Okay, once you have your first stripe, then you take your needle back. You take your needle back, not towards the side you're stitching, but the side against. Then you already have your X. Just like that. Keep on repeat. This is much stronger and much more effective. Okay, so you get your X's. So this is how the final product looks like. So this is where I told you we're going to snip. It's going to be part of the collar. So once we put the collar over here, once we sew over here, we will leave this cut part. That's where the collar will be in. So and then the lapel will come in like that. And once I finish stitching, that's the canvas to hold to make the breastplate firm. But now you see this white thing is called a gum canvas. Once you put it, it helps with, once you iron, the lapel stays in one position. That is what holds the lapel. It's called a gum canvas. They also put in trousers on the waistbands and everything. So you usually iron the opposite side, not the side that has the shiny parts. The shiny parts are the ones that stick to the fabric. So you iron the opposite side that does not have the shiny things. So once we go and sew over here, we'll come back and put in the collar. So this is the collar. We will just tuck it into the bodies. This is the collar stand. I'll just sew over here and then turn it. Okay, collar stand is usually runs through the middle on the right side of the collar. A good collar must have a collar stand. So as you can notice, I stitched through those parts. I put in the lining, so this one has the lining, but then remember I told you you're going to cut that small strip, so this is where the collar will go in. Okay, once you're done, the collar will go in there, and then when you turn it, it will be a good collar. Okay, like a normal suit collar. This one looks different, but it will be, yeah, it will be notched. So you'll just tuck it in, and then when you're doing it, you do it from the inside, you don't do it from the outside. My best trick to do this is always do the collar stand first. This one, you get the middle of the jacket. Once you put the collar stand in the middle of the jacket, once you put in the collar, it will be hanging, all right? So you just put this from the inside. Even the stand, you put it from the inside. It's not necessary to pin. You don't put pins around here. You're going to put them on the inside as you stitch. When you stitch, it's done. All right. Hope that is clear enough. See, this is the collar stand. Okay, I did it from the inside. Okay, so now the collar, also the collar will come in. The collar, this is a collar. We will do the collar from the inside too. Okay, but the best way to do it is start from the middle. In the middle, you will not get it wrong. You will not get to the edges wrong. When you should get to the middle, you do the middle first. Then after that is when you pull in and finish up with the collar once you've confirmed your measurements. Okay, and another thing about suit collars, they are not usually completely exact, so that's why I've left this edge. Once you're done, you turn it and you sew it. So you see, most suits, you will notice most suits have something over here. I'll just show you in a few. Have something over here, something on the back of the collar. You see the back of the collar, it usually covers these rough edges, cause most suits usually leave this edge undone. Okay, so that when you're putting it in, you put it, then you turn it. Okay, so this part will be rough, so after that you just put in something different. Let me show you an example of another suit collar done. So most suits usually see, they usually have this. Okay, cause that edge was undone. So once you sew it from the inside, you leave that part and you turn it once you're done. So once you're done is where now you do the stitch I told you, the X stitch. If you want, you pull a thread and maybe you put a different line in. Okay, that is one example, and this is another example. So that is how suit collars are done. It's not that hard. I will repeat it for one last time. As you have seen from the other suit, the best way to do it is first start from the collar stand, from the middle part. Okay, you sew it in from the inside. All right, then you leave this. Remember that snipping we did, the cut? This is where the collar will go in. Okay, it will go in there, but then it will go in there from the inside, from first. But always, if you start in the middle, you get a full collar, because your measurements will still remain the same. But if you start from here, you might miss it. You might get to the end and the edges might not be okay. Okay, so always start in the middle, then you unturn it and see that everything is okay. Then you go back in from the inside, then you have the full collar, and it will. So as you can see, I will cut off into this shape. Okay, so that's the collar shape. Okay, cause the stitching from the complete snipping edge where we snipped starts from here. It doesn't start from here. Collar start from here. You start from here, then you go down. Okay, so let me show you. But still remember, this is an extra space because you remember we will be turning it. We will be turning it. Okay, so this is an extra lining. This is the exact measurement, but usually go for a different measurement, the next maybe 2 inches, because you need to turn it. Plus, if you make it too perfect, you might miss it. That's the thing about suit collars, they become complicated once you get to the edge. Let's snip this. So I've cut through it. So now let me show you how it will look like. You see that stitching will start from here. Okay, not from here, not start it from here, it will start from here. Okay, once you start it from here, then it will be okay, it will be perfect, so that when you turn it, it started from there, to look like this. Okay, so once you turn your thing and sew it good, it will look like that. Okay, you will have your perfect notched collar. Okay, so wish me luck. Let me go to the machine, then we do it. Okay, remember, you do not start from here, you start from here. Okay, not here, but here. As you can see, that is the snip, and this is the collar. All right, so you remember I told you it starts from here, not here. All right, starts from here, not here. All right, so now I will go through this whole thing. Remember, see, I have not pinned anything. Okay, once you have the middle collar stand already done, this one, then all these measurements will be easy, because whatever you won't need, you will be able to cut off. Just remember, do not cut too close to the edge, because once you cut too close to the edge, you won't have anything to fold. Like you see, this one is a folded part. Now unfold it, it becomes more. Once I put it, it becomes perfect. Okay, you always need that extra space, and this is from the inside, so I will sew from the inside. As you can see, the stitches run through all the way in the back, in the inside. See, that is that snip. So this one, I'll just take a machine through here. This is the edge. Okay, right now it looks bad, but now let's see when you turn it how it looks like. No camera tricks. See, becomes perfect notched collar. See, remember that extra thing that is in the back? Now that is where we'll stitch in our lining, our back collar lining. But now that's the front. Okay, see how it looks? It's okay, it's okay. No stitches from the outside, stitches are all in. Thank you for watching. I hope you understood. So this is the suit done. This is the collar and the lapel done. Remember I told you the rough edges, we put something else behind it, another cloth. There it is. There is a cloth. Okay, that's the rough edges. Remember, we did it all from the inside, so we turned it and we locked it from down, so there is a perfect notch collar. Remember one thing, when it comes to the lining from the inside, always the lining should be the same measurement as the front bodies. Okay, so remember how we made this? We made this all from the inside, so the lining was sewn from the outside inside, then it was turned for the collar to be put in. I hope everything was clear. Always make sure the bodice is just the same size as the lining. Thank you.